Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about a very interesting project that I came across recently. And this token just got listed on CoinGecko. And this project is called Xend Finance or XEND, right? Again, as always, guys, please do your own research before investing in this project because this video is not financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor. And if you guys want to gather some information, do your own research, you can go to xend.finance or xend.finance in order to do your own research, right? So what is Xend Finance? Xend Finance is basically DeFi platform for credit unions and cooperatives, right? So credit unions and cooperatives anywhere in the world can now channel capital into savings and earn high interest in stable currencies, right? So again, this project is trying to cover a very niche group of people, and it's mainly targeting credit unions and cooperatives, which are some of the largest entities in the world, as you guys know. And basically, these guys basically are trying to offer a solution for credit unions and cooperatives in order to ensure that they can funnel in their capital in order to earn higher interest and save their capital in the Xend finance ecosystem, right? So this can be done for stable coins, but I believe that in the future they will add unstable coins, which is basically volatile cryptocurrencies, also in the pipeline. But that is for the long run, right? So again, you may ask, why is this relevant to like a retail investor like you and I, right? So again, this is something that uh, is going to bring in more adoption to the crypto space, and projects like Xend Finance try to bring in capital from a very small group of people, a niche group of people who have pretty much been excluded from the overall DeFi ecosystem. And by doing this, Xend Finance is basically bringing in the much needed cash flow and the confidence in the general public, right? So when big institutions and corporations who are already starting to invest in cryptocurrencies have these kind of avenues to enter into the crypto market, they obviously will usher in more confidence to an average retail buyer like you and I, right? So if you take that perspective, then this project is trying to resolve the gap that is currently in the crypto ecosystem that does not allow an easy capital funnel from credit unions and cooperatives in order to park their capital, as well as in a reliable blockchain based environment, and also to earn high interest on stable coins, right? So again, you can go to access their mainnet by clicking this link, start saving on mainnet. Again, I believe this is not only going to be specifically for credit unions and cooperatives. Anyone can do it. Any retail investor can also participate, I believe, but it's mainly to entice credit unions and cooperatives, right? So you can also go to their Telegram website, Telegram page, as well as the Twitter website account, and learn more about what Xend Finance is doing. And this is basically going to be the app for Xend Finance. You can basically see your savings and how much interest you can earn in stable coins. And it's similar to like BlockFi. The visuals are similar to BlockFi, and it's going to be a much more sleeker and better experience, right? So another thing about this project that made me choose this token for today's video is because of the fact that this project is very new, and it's also backed by two of the big giants, one in the crypto space and also the other one in the tech slash Silicon Valley space, right? So these two giants are basically Binance and Google, right? Who are backing this project, and they're basically like have a stake in this project, which means there's also a high possibility of this token being listed on Binance, right? And since it's a very new token that doesn't really have a lot of liquidity in different exchanges, which you guys will see in a few seconds, this is an opportunity for people to buy this token and hold on to it and make a quick profit once it gets released on Binance, right? Which is when like many tokens that have been listed on Binance will kind of like make a very short term price appreciation. Some could be anywhere between 50 to 100% in the immediate day after the Binance listing, which is also a possibility for people who want to invest in this project on the short term. But people who see this project being a long-term project may also find this project very enticing, right? And since Google has also been backing this project, you can expect that some of these features may potentially make it more convenient for big institutions and credit unions to start adopting cryptocurrency, right? So that's something that you guys can definitely look forward to. So again, if you see, the main feature for this project is you can kind of like earn up to 15% APY, which is a relatively high APY percent. Although when it comes to DeFi space, it's relatively low, where we are basically used to seeing more than 100% gains, or even at least more than 50% APY gains. But if you see, this project has 15% APY, which is definitely significantly higher than the traditional financial ecosystem that you get from banks or any other options, but it's definitely lower than multiple DeFi options. But this kind of like moderate to high level interest rates may not be sustainable, and therefore 15% APY is kind of like going to be the standard that you would see from numerous projects that will be coming in the future as well, right? So these kind of APYs are definitely enticing for credit unions, because if they see 100% APY, it sounds too good to be true, and there are many DeFi projects that have 100% APY or more, which are not really sustainable, and they can't really keep giving 100% APY unless the token itself is by default inflationary, which in the long run doesn't really help, because if the token itself that you're earning as an interest is going down in value, you're basically holding a pointless token regardless of whether the token has 100% or more APY, right? So again, coming back to this topic, you can basically earn 15% APY, which is a high interest savings rate from this platform, and unrestricted membership from around the world. So you will not be in any way discriminated based on the country of origin you're from. You will basically have access. Again, I'm talking mostly to people who are corporations or credit unions. If they happen to watch my channel, they are not really restricted based on the country of origin, right? For regular folks, again, this is pretty much like a no-brainer, because it's a decentralized project that's backed by some of the biggest giants, and Binance on like many occasions have a stake in making this world decentralized, so that they can obviously promote their Binance Smart Chain, right? So any project that has a backing of Binance is definitely going to be something which will have a high chance of success in the future, regardless of whether the tokenomics or any of the other fundamentals may not be absolutely perfect, right? So again, that's one of the options that people, credit unions and cooperatives may have, which is Xend Finance, right? Access to loans with flexible repayment and terms. So basically, you are able to, again, for credit unions, are able to like access loans with flexible repayments, and they are able to be much more comfortable in this space, because they're probably more used to flexible repayments in the centralized ecosystem. But in decentralized environment, having flexible repayment dates are going to be definitely an added value, right? Decentralized insurance to protect assets and investments. So again, this project covers every aspect of risk that credit unions may potentially seek, right? Because if you are a credit union and you have large sums of capital that you want to invest in, you would want a option that is obviously high interest paying. Again, this project obviously covers that. You obviously want to be not restricted because of your geographical location, or if you are in one of the countries that are sanctioned, you obviously want to participate in these kind of ecosystems with high interest rates. So this project obviously is borderless, and you can basically participate from anywhere in the world. You would obviously want something that has a flexible repayments options and terms that will obviously be something which is offered in the traditional financial ecosystem, and this project also offers the same. You also need some form of an insurance, because again, you are not dealing with humans here. You probably are dealing with smart contracts which may have potential bugs, or even rug pulls or whatever. So this project also ticks that chart, right? So basically it covers every aspect of features that mostly would be recognized and be comfortable for institutions and credit unions and cooperatives, to make them comfortable to invest in this project, right? Which is a pretty cool feature in my opinion. So in the news, Xend Finance in the media. So again, just like some other projects that you've seen, this project has also been talked about in media such as CoinDesk, which is one of the most popular crypto related media content. And they basically said that Binance Labs backed DeFi credit union, bringing higher yields to savers. So again, this line says everything about all the short-term potential that this project may have. Binance Labs, obviously, it's the investment arm of the Binance exchange, which is the largest exchange by volume in the world. And when Binance Labs invests in projects, they basically have a stake at it. So if the project doesn't really succeed, then they don't really try to invest in a project, or they don't really be a part of that ecosystem, right? So Binance Labs itself is investing in this project, so there's definitely some merit to this project, which means this project is definitely something that you guys need to keep an eye out for. And it's also a DeFi credit union. Basically, it's bringing in decentralized finance to the credit unions as well as cooperatives, and therefore giving them an opportunity to save higher with high interest rates. And this is definitely something that is going to be massive in the future, right? So again, there are multiple other media firms that have provided information on Xend Finance. So Nigeria's Xend Finance secures 1.5 million funding. Again, based on this news article, you can see that this is a Nigerian-based product, and this is something that may be something useful and relevant for doing research. And this project has been not only funded by Binance but also funded by Google. So again, they are trying to support many African-based projects in the short term as well as the long term, right? So again, Bitcoin KE has basically stated that Xend Finance, a Nigerian startup, announces the first ever DeFi platform for credit unions. Again, same thing. Nigeria's Xend Finance, decentralized finance platform, after securing $1.5 million in funding. Again, both from both from Google Launchpad as well as Binance Exchange, right? So that's pretty cool. Ways to save with Xend Finance. So how to save with Xend Finance? So save with a credit union. Get started by creating a credit union and inviting members to join you. Again, this is something which is pretty straightforward. Saving as an individual. Set a goal and we'll help you with the rest. So basically, if you're a credit union or if you're a single individual who's basically a retail investor, you are covered by Xend Finance, right? Again, invest on a schedule, automatically stake savings on DeFi networks. You can use whatever you are able to earn from Xend Finance to stake in the DeFi network. So you can kind of there's also potential to add an extra yield to your existing yield, save in stable currency, earn interest and tokens on your savings. Again, that's also a pretty cool feature, right? So saving means earning, where funds will be staked. So if you deposit your crypto, what does Xend Finance do in order to get you the high 15% interest that they promise, right? They're basically stating that these are the sources from which the APYs would be earned. So compound finance, again, it's a decentralized ecosystem, a decentralized lending and borrowing platform that is very well known to many people. MakerDAO, which is also a very popular DeFi project. Aave is also one of the largest lending and borrowing platforms on the Ethereum blockchain, and more coming soon. So I believe they will add probably they will probably add Uniswap, because you can technically earn liquidity providing fees by staking on Uniswap, which is also something that's a no-brainer, which will be probably added. They will also probably add Cream Finance. Again, I know that Cream Finance is not really secure or considered as a secure platform, but it does offer some very high range of yields, and I believe that Cream Finance, creators are working on fixing some of the bugs, because the community is not really happy with how Cream Finance has been hacked at least twice or even thrice, right? So that's something, that's a project that could potentially be added to this list. You can also see Synthetics, because by Synthetics you can kind of imagine synthetics based tokens adding value to their ecosystem, and also you can also expect to see other DeFi projects, other popular DeFi projects in the list, which will be used to make the very high yield, right? So that's that. And if you see, it's also available on the Binance Smart Chain, which is a very reliable location to buy this token from, especially from PancakeSwap, at a very cheap and quick, cheap fees and very quick transaction speeds. Building with Binance Smart Chain. So interoperability. So why did they choose to build on the Binance Smart Chain? Because they have basically built it on top of the Ethereum network as well as the Binance Smart Chain, but they basically providing reasons for why they have built to the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem is interoperable cross-chain communication with all other blockchains. Again, something which Binance Smart Chain is already doing right now. Fast throughput, heterogeneous sharding, again something which we are already experiencing now. High security proof of stake relay chain, which is also something that we have. Governance, on-chain governance, right? Again, pretty good reason to choose the Binance Smart Chain. And Binance Smart Chain is also a very fast growing ecosystem in light of all the Ethereum based high fees and low transaction speeds it's currently experiencing, that we're currently experiencing right now. How it works, staking assets, how does it work behind the scenes? So they're basically providing visual information on how things work. So stake funds on DeFi networks. Your savings are converted to stable currencies and staked on staking and lending platforms, so you can earn compound interest on your savings. The platforms include Compound, Maker, Aave, etc. Right? So basically, when you deposit your assets, they are automatically converted into stable currencies, and they are deposited in these platforms to earn like the APY that they've shown before. And that's pretty much basically the clear explanation that you can get from any project. Earn interest on your savings. You basically earn a multi-level interest on your savings. The interest is compounded and is staked using instruments that give the best returns on your savings deposit. So basically, again, they deposit your currencies by converting it into stable coins, and that kind of like earns interest, which is provided to you. Again, if you move to the right, you can clearly see that save funds as individual or as a credit union. Again, this is basically to cover both the type of audiences that they're trying to entice, but specifically the credit unions. You can set your individual savings target and save towards it, or save with the credit union. Save automatically at periodic intervals, and also get reminders when it is time to save, right? So basically, you can get reminders to save periodically, and they have multiple features that helps you to achieve your savings target and earn interest as well, which is very interesting and cool, right? Basically, that's pretty much it. You can also see their frequently asked questions. If you still don't understand how the project works, you can basically review through their frequently asked questions, and they provide some basic to some decent amount of information to answer some of the frequently asked questions that they get. And that's pretty much it, right? So you can pretty much get this token from Uniswap, although I wouldn't really recommend it because of how high the gas fees are. You can also read their light paper on their website, and you can also access some other features on the website, right? So now let's go back to the CoinGecko page for Xend Finance. And Xend Finance It's a relatively new token. It's in fact brand new token. It doesn't really have any ranking. It's currently trading at $2.07 at the time of making this video, and it recently had an 18.3% increase from the past 24 hours. And again, the market cap information is not currently available because it's very new and it only recently got listed on CoinGecko, right? The max supply of this token is 200 million tokens, which to me, although at first sight, it's kind of like not really an ideal max supply, because there is a high chance of short-term inflation as more and more tokens are being released into the environment. But if you look at the strong fundamentals, it's basically trying to bring in credit unions, and it's also suitable for retail investors as well, and you can earn some really stable interest. You can kind of get some really cool features from their app, and considering the fact that it's backed by Binance, which is a huge giant in the crypto space, and Google, which is actually a huge giant in the technology space overall, this makes me really like oversee the max supply number for this token right now. And it's also a very new token, so it has a very long way to go. As you can see, many institutions, credit unions, cooperatives, so many big heavy hitters are coming into the crypto space, and this project is trying to bring more adoption from the credit unions as well as like the big corporations, which is going to help the crypto space in the long run. And I believe that that's going to definitely make this project super viable, and the price is only going to appreciate, right? Again, if you are interested in investing in this token, again, please do your own research. But if you do choose to invest in this project, you're going to be one of the few early adopters for this project. And again, I can definitely say for sure that there's going to be a Binance listing, and once that happens, you can see the price skyrocketing, right? And as more and more credit unions start using their services, you can see more adoption, and the price will consequently continue to appreciate, right? So let's look at the charts here. Again, you can't really see anything from the charts because it's really pretty early to say where the project is going to go. You can get the price feed from the 23rd of March, and as you guys know, it's the 28th of March, and you pretty much have almost like less than a week kind of like data here. So it's completely unreliable, but at the same time, you don't really have any form of like other reference points. So this is what we have to do. This is what we have to use in order to kind of like gauge and projected direction for this project, right? So let's say on the 23rd of March, you basically start off with 96 cents worth of this token, and you kind of like are going to experience this high volatility, which is basically what this project is also experiencing right now. On the 24th, it went to $1.51, which was its all-time high at the time, and then it kind of like was relatively steady for a day, and then it kind of dropped back down to $1.15, went back up, and then moved sideways, and now it's kind of like shooting up, right? So expect to see a pullback on this token, and again, this is very volatile, so bear in mind that it's highly risky. Again, I just want you guys to understand that if you are investing in this project, it's a high risk project, so you might as well just want to invest in a little bit of play money into this token and test the waters before you can buy any substantial amount of bag on this token. But again, volatility is something that you would experience for any token that has less than a week of life, right? So this project had been around for just less than a week, and therefore it will definitely be less volatile as the days, months, and weeks progress. But at the same time, you have to be willing to take the risk if you definitely want the high rewards, right? So if you ask me, this price point is very high, and I believe that this project will come down. You can probably get it at around $1.75 and $1.60 range, in that range, and that will be a really good entry point, right? If you look at the Bitcoin comparative, again, it's been exactly the carbon copy of the dollar comparative. It was initially valued at 1,773 satoshis per token, and now it's kind of like 3,740 satoshis, which is pretty high. you can probably expect to see the price in Satoshi comparative to reach around 3000 Satoshis to 2800, 2900 Satoshi in that range. And when that happens, that will be a really good price point to buy, right? But I do think that you can probably buy it from USD Tether easier, but I don't think you can buy it from Bitcoin Satoshis, right? When it comes to exchanges, you can only get it from two exchanges based on CoinGecko's listing. If you see the trading pairs, you can get it from Balancer using USDC, and you can get it from BKEX by using USDT. I have never heard of BKEX before, so I don't really know if that's a good place to buy. But Balancer is also not going to be a really good place to buy because of the high Ethereum gas fees, right? So where do you get it? As we know, this is available on the Binance Smart Chain, so you can probably get it from PancakeSwap. You can probably search for Xend Finance on the Binance Smart Chain scan, BSC scan, and find the actual true Xend Finance smart contract. Don't fall for the copycats that probably already swarm the Binance Smart Chain scan. So try to do your own research and find the proper Xend Finance address, and then you can probably use that to buy it from PancakeSwap. Although I do believe that PancakeSwap may not have the highest liquidity at this time because it's still too early. You can also expect this project to be listed as a syrup pool for Binance Smart Chain's PancakeSwap, and that will definitely draw in a lot of attention, which will definitely drive the price of this token to about like $3 to $5 in that range. And when it comes to the Binance listing, this project is definitely going to blow to probably $7 to $8 range. And if we are even luckier, it could probably even cross the $10 range, right? But so that's definitely the short-term perspective. In the long run, I'm pretty much sure that this project is definitely going to be succeeding, and it's going to definitely make new all-time highs, right? So what's my final verdict on this? I believe that this project has very high potential. It's backed by some of the big players, not only in the technology industry but also in the crypto industry. There is definitely a short-term Binance listing possibly, and also a PancakeSwap syrup pool listing as well because of its huge backing from Binance. It also has a high, it also basically has a high potential because it's very new. It doesn't even have a CoinGecko ranking, and its chart is only 1 week old, right? So you can definitely expect some short-term volatility, but if you play it right, you can definitely take it for advantage, and you can pretty much ride the wave, right? For long term, I do believe that this project has incredible potential because it's planning to bring in a lot of credit unions who previously didn't really have the option or opportunity, or previously they didn't have like a gateway to enter into the DeFi space. But this project is definitely providing that kind of a feature for credit unions as well as cooperatives, and that's definitely going to make this project a very successful project in the long run. And therefore I am going to buy a substantial amount of this token. Although I'm not really happy with the max supply, I do believe that as more and more people start adopting this token, the max supply based inflation in the short term will be, can be overseen again after Binance listing and after PancakeSwap's syrup pool. Again, potentially, right? You can definitely see the price kind of like increasing, and short-term price slumping is pretty common for every token, right? So not just for this token. So I would definitely buy a substantial bag of this token myself and add it to my portfolio, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.